Peace. All right, I'm back. How's everybody doing? I'm going to push my selfie lamp back a little bit and position this to where it is comfortable for me to get started with today's video topic. So, Lilith is a black woman. Okay, before I get into this subject specifically, yes?
I'm gonna make you some food.
Okay, make me some food. Soursop and all of that.
Here's your food. Here's your food.
So, before I get into this topic, I am going to talk about how actually I'm gonna get into a lot of things on this subject because a lot came up for me on this topic. But if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is ESAIA Mystic, and this is a place where you can get spiritual knowledge and just a big awakening, okay? And this is different because my medicine is different than most of the gurus and the coaches and the inspirational people online. Why is my medicine different? My medicine is different because I like to pull out your gunk and your toxicity and the things that you maybe believe in, maybe subscribe to, that are bad for you. I like to pull those things out. And
I want to show you how two peoples are.
Okay, baby, hold on. So that's why my channel is different. That's why I think my energy is potent. I don't know. Feel free to let me know what you guys think of my channel and my energy thus far, for those of you who have watched several of my videos. But I'm overall not afraid to touch on certain subjects that other people, oh my goodness, I'm sitting on the selfie light. I'm not black. I'm not black or a woman, but you and Lilith are awesome. Well, yeah, I'm gonna get into what I mean by this, and you know, the reason for me even bringing it up in the first place is because I see a lot of people, or I would say a lot of women, especially the women I get on calls with or connect with about Lilith and the Lilith code, the program that I have just opened the doors to. There's this energy of, you know, I can feel Lilith, right? So they're drawn to Lilith, they feel Lilith, and they talk about her like, you know, like she's a deity, right? Like she's a goddess, like she is, you know, something. Still, the way I feel and sense it is something that is still outside of them, something that is still disconnected from who they are, and something that they still need to worship externally through an altar, through you know, like worshiping this deity. And Lilith, and like many other goddesses, is not a deity that, you know, you just worship in. It's almost like when you come into spirituality and you let go of, maybe you were in a more religious, you were into more religion or a different religion or Christianity or whatever, and you come into spirituality and you start to deify these beings in spirituality or in astrology, right? And you talk about, oh, well, you know, yeah, I can feel the Mars and I can feel the Chiron and I can feel the Lilith. And this is where people really like this. Whenever I hear people talking like this, number one, I feel major crown chakra blockages and just a little bit of third eye, but I feel major crown chakra blockages. And I'm like, listen, it's not about deifying something that is outside of you. It's not about deifying something that is, you know, you make an altar and you put their picture up and you pray to this God. Like, you might as well be a Muslim, you might as well be whatever other religion, right? If you're going to give your power away to forces outside of you, because that's what they're doing in these religions. They're not giving power to themselves. They're feeding entities and they're feeding forces when they, you know, do all of these different things. They're rituals that feed these energetic forces. And so, you know, a lot of the women that I've been getting on calls with, I feel this energy of like, you know, connecting to this energy that is still outside of them. And it's almost like you're giving this worship and power away when really the worship and power is within you. And this power and this energy within you is what creates these deities, that, or I would say is what has created these deities that we all can understand better and acknowledge when they have stories, when they have backgrounds, when they have characteristics and traits. We can understand them better and we can identify and relate better. But don't forget that these energies, especially the energy of Lilith, is an energy that begins with us, begins in our energy, in our being, in our beingness. So that's number one, right? Lilith is something and someone that has a story behind her. And with that story comes a lesson. And that lesson teaches you something about yourself. And when you are truly activating and becoming one with Lilith or any of these other spiritual deities or spiritual energies, you're doing so by embodying those energies. You're doing so by embodying Lilith. So it makes no difference if you're worshiping her, connecting with her, doing all of these things when you aren't embodying her. And embodying these energies is the beginning. And so now, embodiment, okay? So let me close this door because there's a whole bunch of distractions around me, but that's okay. I'm gonna record anyway. So okay, so this is what it means to be embodied. When you stop externalizing all of your power and you start to remember that all of these things are here to help you remember you and embody and be who it is you really are. So, um, so that's number one. And so when you become embodied, okay, embodiment, right? A lot of people in the spiritual community will tell you that race doesn't matter, religion doesn't matter, um, gender doesn't matter, nothing matters. It's almost like everything that it evolves or surrounded by or deeply embedded in your life experience here, it doesn't matter. And there's a reason that they do this, because a lot of what we have considered as race is not really who we are, right? Race has nothing to do with our ancestry. It's a label: white, black, yellow, orange, purple, I don't know, whatever, pink, and then that's it, right? Race in modern day society is nowhere near linked to who we actually are as beings, as people. Religion in modern day society is so far off from the real and true principles of life and the real and true principles of being that the spiritual community will tell you, you're not your religion, you're not your race, you're none of these things, right? You're not where you're from, right? You're not where you're from. But all of these things are based off of falsehoods around what we've been taught and what we've been programmed to believe about ourselves, as far as our ancestry, as far as our spirituality, and as far as our origins in this life. So it's not that these things don't matter, because they do. They do matter. I chose this body, I chose this blood, I chose this bloodline, I chose this experience, I chose, like, all of these things is a part of me. We're all made of stardust. We're all made of this divine essence. And when you are disembodied, you will most likely be one of those people who are in the spiritual community or super spiritual, that you just become so disembodied from how all of these things really do represent who we really are spiritually, and what we've come here to fulfill spiritually. So race, whatever that is, I'm not even gonna call it that, right? But our origins, our bloodline, and our spirituality, it does matter. Maybe race and religion and location of birth doesn't, but all of those other things do. And it's important when we identify with ourselves, as well as when we are relating to other things, that we understand the truth about that. The truth about who we are genetically, who we are spiritually, who we are originally, right? Beyond who we've been told we are, right? Because we all have our own tribe, we all have our own ancestry, we all have our own spiritual coding and signature, and we all have our own origin. We all have our own origin. And the origin basically just means we all come from source. We all come from source. So these things definitely matter. And what I notice when we are talking about these goddesses and these deities like Lilith and whoever else, Lilith, in my personal opinion, and you know what, I shouldn't even say that, because it's Lilith is recognized as something that is so ambiguous, and this woman in the Bible, right? And I just want to take it back to the beginning. I just want to take it back to the very beginning, okay, where everybody pretty much who existed here on this earth was of a primordial bloodline. Notice I didn't say black, because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. But everyone who existed on this earth was of a primordial lineage. What does that mean? It means that they were a part of the process in birthing this realm into existence. And those people who are a part of that process, most of them were Afro-Indigenous beings. And that's something that is such a sensitive subject, especially when you get around people who are spiritual and pro unity and pro this and pro that. And, you know, when you get into the black community, it can just be so aggressive that, you know, it's like, calm down. Like, calm down. We understand that you are angry and upset. And you guys know how intense the black community can be around these subjects. And so it can scare people just a little bit, like, oh, they're, you know, blah, 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 blah. But whatever. Nonetheless, it's a sensitive subject, but it shouldn't be. But the only reason that it is sensitive is because people are walking around trying to pretend like we all aren't the same, just so we can have some kind of peace. What is peace when you are lying to yourself about who you are and you're giving all of your power away to something outside of you because you believe who you are doesn't matter? So it does matter to recognize Lilith as a primordial Afro-Indigenous woman. It does matter to recognize that the majority of this realm in the original days was Afro-Indigenous beings. I don't care where you was at, if you was in Ireland, if you was in British Scandinavia, I don't care where you was at, right? And then things changed, right? Things change, other beings come, other people come, other entities come, and genes change, genes shift, and things evolve. But when you never take the time to acknowledge that truth, anything else that you do will be blindsided to that fact of, or that really important aspect of who it is that you are. Nobody can know themselves if they can't respectfully identify another. It's impossible. You cannot truly come to appreciate yourself if you cannot respectfully identify and appreciate other people and where other people come from and originate. But this is the thing. You can't pretend like, you know, things were a certain way when they were not. And a lot of conscious people in the spiritual community recognize that and identify that. You know, doesn't matter what race you are, what bloodline you are. Pretty much a vast majority of them do, but some of y'all do not. And it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be an Afro-Indigenous woman and still just be giving your power away and deifying all these other things because you haven't fully accepted that truth yet of your capacity and what you're capable of. So yes, it's important that we recognize Lilith as a black woman. It's important that we recognize that if she represents the black moon, what is the black moon? Okay, we know that the black moon is the new moon, is the dark moon, is the moon that comes when it is dark, 14 days before the full moon. So what does the new moon represent? What does this black moon represent? It represents birth. It represents beginnings. It represents the original. You guys need to understand that all of this is code. I don't talk about Lilith because I'm in love with Lilith and I'm obsessed with Lilith and I want to utilize the energy of Lilith. I don't talk about her and do all of this stuff and talk to you guys about all of these other things in astrology and in spirituality for those reasons. I talk to you guys about Lilith because you are Lilith. These are aspects and traits and characteristics that are the original blueprint to who you are and who you are truly designed to be, previous and, before all the conditioning and programming. So this is what all of this represents, and all of this is really code, right? I have to say certain words to grab your attention because that's what you're interested in, that's what you want to, that's what you feel called to indulge in. But then I need to take you a little deeper because there's levels to knowledge and there's levels to magic and there's levels to mysticism, and you can't absorb everything at once until you get from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 10 to step 20 and 30 and 50. This is how you become embodied. You realize and remember that none of this is outside of you. It is all you. It is all a divine reflection of you, what you are capable of, and you get to choose to worship yourself, appreciate yourself by embodying and becoming all of these aspects and attributes and things about goddesses like Lilith and other goddesses too, and other energies within astrology too. But if I'm gonna sit here and think that if I worship Mars or I worship Venus or and I never fully embody those things, then it's pointless. It's pointless. By the way, I have on all 3 of my little necklaces right here on my website. Zodiac necklaces and my dragon necklace that I love so much. Can't wait to talk to you guys about the dragon. The dragon, which is, as you guys can see, my spirit animal or my totem, spirit animal totem that is now integrated into ESAIA Mystic. Because listen, these things are really, really powerfully potent, and it is capable of taking you from being in a place of complete spiritual illusion and bringing you back into yourself, bringing you back into your being and your power. So yeah, you guys, it's not about it's not about detaching and going anywhere else and worshiping. Like, you could have still been in church for all of that. You could have stayed in whatever religion for all of that if that's what you was just gonna do. But since you decided to go on your spiritual journey and learn new things and get into astrology and get into learning about all these processes, now you need to take it a step further and recognize that it is about you. We are all gods and goddesses walking in the flesh. We are all star beings who have a capacity and potential to exercise certain powers, certain magical abilities, and guess what? It's going to be really hard doing that if your philosophies are out of alignment. Your spirituality is out of alignment with the truth of the earth. And it's really easy to understand the principles and the way life works when you deeply have integrated yourself with astrology versus, again, deifying it and detaching yourself from it as if it has power over you when it is the other way around. Okay? I just started watching this show on Amazon Prime. It's really dope. I'm going to talk about it too in my dragon video, The Wheel of Time.
Papa's putting the thing on now.
Oh, that's good.
Mom, you had to fix the phone because I'm watching Bluey.
I know, I need to clear this out for you. Can you close Mommy's door, please? Oh, yeah. The Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time is super dope. I'm going to talk about it more in when I do my dragon video. Actually, I think that's the next video I'm going to do. That show just confirmed everything that I was already feeling in my body about this energy, right? Of the primordial woman, of Lilith, right? Of the serpent, the dragon, this indigenous feminine energy. And I'm like, I'm putting all these pieces together. And then this show comes out and I started watching it Thanksgiving. And like by the 4th episode, I was like, this stuff is just telling you in plain sight what is going on. But the thing is, and this is what I keep coming back to, it's all coded. It's all a code. It's all a code. And the reason that it is coded is because, like I just said, if it was to just come out in the open, you wouldn't understand it. You wouldn't be able to process it. You wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't be able to receive it. So it comes in codes. And so we're going to be decoding and recoding a whole bunch of stuff and just going through all of this deep, dark, primordial woman essence energy. And, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And you guys can come with me, at least on my channel. Oh, you just saw the last episode. Oh, so you already understand. You already know what I'm talking about because you just saw the last episode. And I'm not even gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna just wait until I do the dragon video. But it was like really anyway. Oh. Okay. She keep leaving the door open. All right, so I feel like I've said everything that I could possibly say on this subject, at least for right now. Keep your power, okay? Recognize that you are important. Every aspect of you, every part of you, the color of your skin, the largeness of your eyes, the smallness of your eyes. I'm talking about myself right now, but you're important, okay? And it is important to recognize where things originate and where they come from. And all of the knowledge, all of the mysticism, all of the magic and the majesty of this world, I guarantee you, is the product of a very ancient, indigenous, feminine being that walked this earth in many different forms maybe as Lilith, maybe as Oshun, maybe as whoever, all these other all these other goddesses, but she is the original. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, because I'm tired of people being sensitive around what's true and what's real. And you know, it's a really sensitive time people are in, because people are scared to be empowered, and they think that being empowered is the same thing as, you know, somebody telling you that you can't eat a piece of candy or something. Like, what is me, you know, telling the truth on a subject? And I've had so many, you know, I've talked to so many other, you know, people of other races, and even of, you know, the same race. And they're like, you know, well, what does it matter? Or if they're not saying what does it matter, they're saying, you know, you know, well, why do you think you're so important? You know, why do you think you're so important that you're trying to take, you know, and take these different goddesses and deities and make them your own? And it's like, no, we actually just we created everything, like everything. And I'm not saying that because I'm cocky or arrogant. I'm saying that because it's true. So I don't know if you want me to be nice about that. I can't be nice about the truth. I have to tell the truth the way it is, lovingly, sincerely. But if you don't like it, then, you know, I don't think spirituality, the real spirituality, is what you're looking for. I think you're looking for, you know, comfort and space to stay in your sameness, because it's all about evolving and becoming more and more of who it is that you really are. You can't do that if you consistently allowing yourself to lie to yourself. And I know when somebody lying to themselves, because when they try to do it to me, I'll be like, look, you can lie to yourself all day long, but you're not about to lie to me. And, you know, some people who are so used to lying to their self, they're like, when they talk to you, it's like they think they telling the truth. Like, they think that it's just, but it's like, no, you're lying. You just don't know it yet. That's what I'm here for. Okay, my loves. Humans see signatures of ghosts on the periphery via peripheral vision. We perceive 1% of the visible light spectrum. Yeah, I agree with that. I had to really think about what that said at first, but I've seen spirits before, and a lot of people see spirits, but don't even really understand or know it. But when I saw the spirit that I saw, I knew that was a spirit, because first of all, when you're walking into an area where there is strong spiritual presence, you can feel it. And it either feels really, really good, like, oh, this family, or it feels really, really bad. At least for me, because I'm a Scorpio. So there's not really an in-between on the feeling spectrum. But I've seen a spirit before, and it was a really, really good experience, where I had a really good experience seeing a spirit, and I had a really bad one. So maybe that should be a story time. Maybe I should do a story time video on that one, so people can understand when spirits are around them and how to see them. Or, you know, and really it's not something that you look for, it's just something that kind of comes to you. But you know when it's good spirit, you know when it's bad spirit. So I think I'm gonna do a story time on that one. What do you guys think? The Maleficent 2 movie also plays with showing the info too, but used Angelina Jolie and the Moors. Interesting. I need to watch the second one. I only watched the first one. Hi Eileen, how are you? Yeah, oh my gosh, Chicka A, you gotta be there for my dragon video that I do. I'm not gonna say when I'm gonna do it, but I'm definitely gonna do it. Oh, Vexed Aesthetic, thank you for coming on again. Some people say everything is everything, but continue to declare how inherently superior they are to other people. To me, a contradiction. Yeah. I'm late, but not late. I have Lilith conjunct my Chiron in Scorpio in the 11th house. Interesting. So that placement is very interesting. Lilith seeks integration with our ego, not worship from someone who still wants to hold her at arm's length. Yes, I agree. I don't worship any spirits because I identify with them as part of my higher self. Some call that left-hand path. Never heard that term before. All right, my love. So I'm about to hop off of this video. I'm super grateful for everyone who hopped on and decided to be a part of the chat. Again, if you want to get my gold dragon necklace and zodiac necklaces on my store, you can go to tobegreenco.com. I have a free giveaway going on for an evil eye necklace. It's just covered, so free plus shipping, so you would cover the shipping, and that's also happening on my website, tobegreenco.com. Link is in the description. If you have not signed up for my free 4-day Lilith Code mini course, then go ahead and do that. The link to that is below in the description. And if you are interested in doing one-on-one mentorship with me, I told you guys at the end of Scorpio season my prices were gonna go up, and I wasn't lying to y'all, because I've been going through my own little metamorphosis over here, and things are shifting, things are changing. So if you are interested and if you are ready to step into your dark feminine power and sovereignty, and you are tired of not feeling empowered in speaking your voice, not feeling empowered in your relationships, and you're wanting to step into complete and total authority in your life, especially in your relationships, then go to the link down below, click the link that says one-on-one, working with me one-on-one through my Lilith Code program, and there we will work together one-on-one, and all of the details are there in the link if you are interested. So the price is currently over 50% off of what my future one-on-one rates are about to be. So I suggest that you hop on that, because after Monday, and I ain't gonna say what day, but after Monday, that's all gonna be over. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video, and I can't wait for us to get into some more esoteric, juicy, decoding, primordial woman, serpent, kundalini activation energy in my next video. All right, peace.